The color of your cat's fur. Is it more than just some pretty colors? More than just a nice pattern that really stands out? Could your cat's personality, why they do what they do, why they act the way they act, is it really all wrapped up in the coat they wear? Is your cat a victim of the coat? A winner because of the coat? Or is the color of your cat's fur as it relates to their personality nothing more than anecdotal? Nothing more than possible trends or what some people have concluded? Do the facts, do they simply come up a bit short? Well, you guessed it. In today's material, we're going to get that job done and talk about the fact and the fiction. Is it legit, or is it just a fun conversation based on nothing of any real merit at all? And I'll also talk about some other factors that could determine your cat's personality, and we'll see if we can give those the stamp of approval or put those in the myth bucket. A lot to navigate in this one, and I'm happy that you've decided to join me for the ride. Interesting topic, and I've got you covered. Stay tuned. Fur color and feline personality. At the core, for this question to be answered in the affirmative that yes, indeed, fur color reflects personality, that implies that fur colors have something to do with how your cat acts, how your cat behaves. Those unique and special qualities, they have been determined by your cat's fur. Your pet's coat is a direct reflection of who they are. Well, at most, this is anecdotal. There is, at least at this time, nothing to prove that a feline's fur, the color, directly reflects their personality. Now, there's not to say there aren't trends. Perhaps a few stereotypes that tend to hold some weight, but there's really nothing much more beyond that. As a human example using this question, this would be like saying that you are only funny because you have blonde hair. Your blonde hair gives you a humorous personality, or you're a bit shy and timid because you're a brunette. Now, we all know that's obviously not the case. The same can be said for your cat's coat and their personality. Now let's talk for a moment about some fur colors and some fur patterns, some anecdotal evidence perhaps, some stereotypes, some trends, and we'll start out using all of these just examples. The tuxedo cat. These felines are known for their intelligence, loving behavior, a tendency to form rather tight bonds with those they trust. What about black cats? I guess we'll need to start with Halloween on this one. Black cats are rather standoffish and quite sneaky, at least compared to other felines, essentially playing in on those dark vibes associated with mystery. And what about cats with orange fur or a golden coat? The stereotype is that cats that look like this are often overly affectionate and very trusting. The notion that it's hard to go wrong with a cat of a solid golden color or orange color because they act like cute puppies rather than stereotypical felines. And what about calico cats? The label is that they're known for being big on adventure, very adventurous and being very active and constantly in search of the next best thing. There's also a bit of a knock on calico cats that they're just never quite happy, never quite content. There's always something that just doesn't meet their approval because they are in fact always looking for the next best thing. And let's conclude these myths and labels with a white cat, just a solid white cat, very relaxed. You see that one a bit, perhaps more independent than other felines. Now, is that real or is it just the look? Do white cats just look more in control and independent? Well, who really knows? But these were and are just some examples of some common fur colors and patterns that carry some degree of personality assignment. A cat that looks like this, acts like that. Some cats will fit the stereotype based on fur colors. Others just couldn't be more different personality-wise if they tried. At the heart of this topic, I do believe that's where the topic many moons ago likely took flight. Patterns and colors. People likely began to notice personality patterns based on appearance and simply assign the appearance as one of the contributing factors for the personality. And I guess if you are just a passerby to the subject, it can be easy to take that little nugget of information and just run with it. Here again, remember back in the day, especially for those in the older crowd, if you're a female and you're blonde, well, using school as the example, what was the tag for years? Female and blonde. I'll pause just a second. You're an airhead, right? You're not very intelligent. Now, did most people really stop to think how silly that sounded? Probably not, if we're being honest. When you think about it now and relate it to things that we do know as fact, it just seems more than a bit out there. Now, this is certainly not to say that a cat can't fit all of these stereotypes to a T, but with a lack of scientific evidence, a cat having a specific personality based on their fur color, it just can't be tagged with a final seal of agreement or the seal of approval. And since we are indeed on the topic of personality, what factors are real? What factors are legitimate? What contributing factors can be proven and labeled as truth? The personality influences, like the influence that influence our own personalities, they're likely what you'd expect, and we'll start with genetics. So much of what your cat receives is from mom and dad, and that can determine what type of personality they will have. Is the cat outgoing and excitable? Is the cat shy? Is the cat aggressive? So much of it really depends on the genetic lottery. What a cat enjoys doing. All felines are curious, but some are more curious than others. Some cats love to be the life of the party and have energy for days, stalking and hunting almost everything they see. Other cats, they like to play, but they'd rather just relax and take it easy and get those cuddles. This is another example of genetics at work, helping to shape that personality. Another very strong influence when it comes to feline personality is, of course, that lived experience. What's that old saying? You're a product of your environment. For cats, this can very much be the case. If a cat grows up in a negative environment with negative people and no affection, the results, well, they certainly won't be positive, and the feline's personality will be an expression of those living conditions, that negative setting. This is why it's so very important to unleash the positive, especially in those initial months of a cat's life. A cat in real time is being shaped and molded. Who they will become, the cat you know and how you know them is being shaped right there. Positive interactions and positive associations will help to outfit a feline with a confident and beautiful personality. They won't grow up anxious and afraid of that human touch. Happy cats, let's say 9 times out of 10, were likely very happy kittens. They were born into love and have been basking in that glow ever since. Life experiences, the environment, that can shape a cat's personality for better or worse. Additionally, where there's a cat in the home, there's obviously an owner in that home. Happy kittens usually become happy cats. Well, if the happiness is just all around, then that owner must be doing something right. In the case of a loving cat, there's very likely a loving owner. All of it just fits like a great big puzzle. The sections all fit together. Now, this one, it's not fur color, but it's likely the closest of the honest factors, and that's breed, the breed of your cat, the breed of any feline. Some cats are known to act certain ways and exhibit certain personality traits based on breed. Are they calm or are they aggressive? Are they more active? Under the same umbrella as genetics, certain breed traits can play a role in the type of pet you are raising. Many times you'll have a clue of what you're getting in terms of personality simply based on the breed. It's not 100% baked in the cake, but it's certainly a valid measuring stick, say, compared to that of fur color. And before I go, let's place a nice little bow on things for this very interesting topic. There are a host of things that can determine a cat's personality. There are a lot of ingredients in the recipe, and what's mixed in, that'll determine what comes out. Genetics, life experiences, especially early life experiences, relationships with people, the good and the bad, the presence of a good or a bad owner, certain traits that come from specific breeds, it's all in the mix, and the result will determine a cat's personality, how they act, why they act. When it comes to this subject matter, it's just like people. Why are you the way you are? Well, it's genetics, and it's also a little bit of this and a splash of that. And who you are, your personality, has more to do with your lived experience than the hair on your head. As a cat owner, promote the positive. That's my personal advice. Promote the positive. Own a kitten, promote the positive. Be the best version of yourself. Be the best version of you each and every day, and that cat, they'll certainly take notice. Cats that are destructive and always tearing everything up, well, they weren't born like that, at least not to that degree. Something happened along the way, a loss of trust, a lack of love, one too many bridges burned. Your cat's personality isn't a reflection of their fur color, but their personality could very well be a reflection of you. And to the audience of Senior Cat Wellness, what are your thoughts on this topic? Anything that you'd like to add to the conversation? That comment section, as always, it's all yours. And if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and I will talk to you later.